Good morning, girls. Today's grammar lesson is one that I've been telling you that we're going to get to this part because it plays an important role in English grammar. It's part of the foundational topics which you must be grounded in if you must be good in spoken or written English. I remember when we had a lesson on predicates, subjects and predicates. Yes, that was when I stressed on that was when I told you to anticipate this lesson, because when sentence structure is a very broad aspect of English grammar, but luckily the book has broken this whole broad topic into smaller bits to make it easy for you to understand, and I'm going to try my best to break it down as much as I can. All right. Now, the aspect of sentence structure which we're learning today is joining two or more sentences with these conjunctions. These are called coordinating. They're coordinating conjunctions. There are other coordinating conjunctions, but the textbook has chosen to focus on just three today: and, but, and or. All right. Now, what is a sentence? We know what sentences are. Basically, a group of words that express a complete thought, comprising of or consisting of a subject and a predicate. Very simply put, a group of words expressing a complete thought, having a complete meaning in itself, usually with a subject and, not usually, it must contain a subject and a predicate. Okay, you can go back to that part of the textbook where we learned subjects and predicate to remind yourself, okay, of my lesson on that topic. Now, I've defined sentence. Now, sentence structure simply means how we organize these words. How do we form, where to place the subject, where to place the verb, where to place the phrase, where to place the clause, how you the arrangement of these words. That's basically what we mean by structure. Okay, how you arrange words, how you arrange phrases, or how you arrange clauses grammatically to make something meaningful. That's basically what we mean by structure. Now that we know what a sentence is, let's see how we use these coordinating conjunctions to join sentences together. Okay? Now, rule 1 says we use and to join sentences when their meanings go well together. Another way to put this is when you have two different sentences and both have related ideas, they go well together. There's the point they're making the points both are making are related. It's okay to use and. Let's see an example of what they mean. The first sentence says every evening mom walks. Every evening mom walks. Now the second sentence says every evening dad jogs. Now you see that these are related in idea. What mom does every evening in terms of exercising, the same thing for dad. So because they're related, they go well together, we can use and to join them. Let's see, every evening mom walks and dad jogs. See, every evening, still showing how they're connected and how they go well together. So we just bring one down and we say mom walks and dad jogs. All right. Now, this is on the use of and. 1b, we use but to show sentences when their meanings contrast with each other. To contrast is to oppose. When they're saying opposite, when the ideas are opposing each other, when the ideas are opposite, take it that way to help you understand better. Okay, so when ideas, we had compare and contrast essay, remember, so we should know what contrast means. When ideas are opposing one another, that is only when you're allowed to use but, as against and, which is when ideas are related and go well together. But when they're opposite, when they're contrasting. Now let's see an example. My brother enjoys playing hockey. Full stop, one sentence. Second sentence, I dislike games. Okay, so even though they're related in terms of talking about sports, you realize that the contrast here is my brother likes it, but I don't like games. So you see, this is where the contrast comes. Enjoys and dislike. And because they're contrasting, they're expressing opposite ideas, or they're opposing one another. Okay? In this case, we use but. My brother enjoys playing hockey, but I dislike games. So enjoy is the opposite of dislike in this context. All right. So when contrasting ideas, we use but. Take note of this. C says we use or to join sentences to show that only one of the choices will take place. I've stressed on this several times before, especially in class when I make sentences with or. For example, I remember in one of our writing classes, I gave you an introduction or so where I used neither nor, and I used a singular verb. And one of you had a question, teacher, you've mentioned two things. Why are you using a singular verb? And I said, because or it's considered singular. When I use or between two words, two concepts, two nouns or pronouns, I'm simply referring to just one of them. That is just how it is in English, okay? It's either this or that. So when I'm using or, it's considered as, the terms are considered singularly as opposed to and, which is considered in plural together, okay? So we use or to join sentences that to show that only one of the choices will take place. Let's see an example. You must do some exercise. You will get fat. Okay, this is one sentence. You must do some exercise. Another one is you will get fat. Now let's see how they're joined with or. You must do some exercise or you will get fat. So only one will take place. If you do some exercise, you won't get fat. Okay? You will get fat if you do not do some exercise. So you see that only one is taking place, not both. So we use or. A second example for clarity. We can go to the zoo. One sentence. We can visit the museum. Another sentence. Now let's see how they're joined with or. We can go to the zoo or we can visit the museum. Now here we're trying to express that we can only do one. We're not doing both. If we wanted to show that we'll do both, we wouldn't use or, we'll use and. But because we're showing that only one will happen, we're using or. So we either go to the zoo or we visit the museum. All right? So that is it for rule 1.